Hello, welcome to
Hey guys.
episode number 28 of the Superbase Happy Hour. So if you're not familiar with the Happy Hour, this is a time we used to do it weekly. We would like to do it weekly again one day, but for now we're just doing a couple of launch week specials to go through some of the awesome stuff we've been launching at Superbase. And also in this one, this is a very special one where we're going to try to build an application in one single stream using some new cool stuff that we've launched, a new Next.js template that has all the Superbase stuff kind of wired up for us. We're also going to be using the new local development workflow for building Superbase projects. So yeah, it's going to be very fun. So everyone who's here now, let us know in the chat, where are you from? Where are you joining us from? And what time is it in wherever you're joining us from? And also, who are we? My name is John. I'm a developer advocate from Superbase. Tyler, who are you?
I'm Tyler. I'm also a developer advocate at Superbase. And Alistair, who are you?
I'm Alistair. I'm still not a developer advocate, but I seem to keep sneaking on these streams.
Almost there. Almost there. I swear.
I'm on the front-end team at Superbase.
Awesome. And we have David joining us. Early. David was here at 12:44 p.m. But logo color reverted. Yes, we've gone back to the green brand. So launch week, we have a cool purple theme, which is kind of takes over all our social media and anywhere where we have our logos. And so yeah, we're back to the green machine. Codigo 369 is saying go, and I love Superbase. That's great. I love Superbase too. It's very.
I love Superbase too. Yeah, we all do. Nice.
That's great. Thinkverse has given us a wave. Where are you from, Thinkverse? Oh no, you've already told us. 2 a.m. in Sweden, just like last time. So yeah, this is a running theme with the happy hours that everyone only ever seems to join us at 2 a.m. wherever they are in the world. So thank you for joining us, and also. Zenobia joining us 2 a.m. in. I'm actually not sure what that.
I was trying to look it up right now.
My flags are terrible.
South Africa. There you go.
South Africa.
I had to Google it to be sure, but
very nice.
I was not confident enough to guess that one.
Yeah. Jack is joining us from Singapore, so it would probably be about 8 a.m. in Singapore?
I think so. Yeah.
Yep. So Codigo is joining us from Peru. Awesome. What time is it in Peru?
Sweet.
Who knows? I guess it would be.
Peru be a convenient time, I think.
Yeah,
5, 6,
7 p.m.
7?
Okay,
something
not
like
too bad. That's probably the happiest hour we've had so far. 7 p.m. is a pretty good time. And hello, friends, greetings and successes. I need the videos in Spanish. I don't think any of us are very good at speaking Spanish to do the happy hour live, but we should definitely do some more translations for our videos. Yes.
For
good
sure.
suggestion. Inez is back again. I think
welcome back.
Joined us for like the majority of happy hour streams. Might be every single one. But Jason also has joined us for many happy hours, and joined us with a whole bunch of PRs and contributing to the happy hour, which is very cool. So yes, the happy hour is kind of back. It's back as a like impromptu thing when we have something cool to talk about, but probably not back weekly yet. We'll see.
It's a happy hour special.
It's a happy hour special. It's a launch week happy hour special. So maybe that's a promise we can make. Maybe we'll do at least one happy hour for every launch week. So we can tell you about all the cool things and maybe try and build something with some of the cool things. But it is 1 a.m. in the UK. So perfect happy hour time. A civil hour in Perth, WA. Is it exactly the same time as it is on the other side of Australia? Does Perth have a time difference to us? I can see Alistair looking it up.
Australia is so big.
It is quite big. It's not just the little tiny island everyone thinks it is. But is it around 10 a.m. over in Perth?
I looked it up. It's 8. It's the other way.
8 a.m. Whoa. Thanks for joining us. That's an early one. That's commitment. So, as I mentioned, we are doing a launch week 8 happy hour special. And so last week, is that right? Is it Friday? Yeah. Okay. Last week was launch week. It's all a bit of a muddle, a bit of a haze now. But we did a Superbase launch week, which is a week where we launch a feature every single day, or at least it used to be a week where we launched a feature every day. Now it's like 2 or 3 weeks where we launch like 5 features every day. So it keeps getting more and more excessive. But basically just a time for us to launch a whole bunch of stuff and shout about all of the cool things that we're doing at Superbase. So hopefully you have been seeing lots of shouting on the socials. And you may already know what we have launched, but we're going to go through some of those things in a moment. It's 7 p.m. in Peru, and Zenova is saying, loved the Transformers.js vid you did last week, John. I look forward to adding updates so you'll be able to run more powerful models on the edge. Hell yeah. Yeah, so Transformers.js, that's actually one of the things we're about to go through that we have launched, but Transformers.js is now compatible with edge functions. And so I did a video where we generated some custom embeddings using Transformers.js in a Superbase edge function. So check out that one if you have not yet. I'm going to share my screen if I can remember how to share my screen, which I do. All right. And look, this time, totally signed in to Twitter so we can actually see tweets, unlike last week or the last happy hour where we could not. So this is a summary tweet. I might need to zoom in a bit, but this was a tweet that we put out that just kind of summarizes all of the different things that we launched. So maybe we'll run through the list quickly and then talk about some standout things that are really, really cool. So we launched a serverless Postgres connection pooler called Supervisor. And so this is a way that you can take a whole bunch of connections or a whole bunch of requests from short-lived functions and different clients all over the world and kind of feed those requests down a finite number of solid connections to the database. So this is, connection pooling is something you may have run into if you're using SQL directly or using something like Prisma to connect to your Superbase instance. Connection poolers are very important to help distribute requests across a whole bunch of connections. I gave a much better explanation of this in the video that I did, which is why I should know what I'm talking about and not fumbling over this. But Supervisor was one of the things we launched. Our Vercel integration 2.0, so you can now create a Superbase project while creating a new Vercel project. So you can have this tight integration between the two, and it will take all of your environment variables and things that you need to connect to your Superbase instance and automatically add them to your Vercel project. So very cool having that kind of tight integration between those two. Our Postgres language server is a way that you can basically get intelligent suggestions and syntax highlighting and helpful error messages and things in a code editor like VS Code. So we have started the process of building a Postgres-specific language server that can give you much more intelligence around your code. as I mentioned, Hugging Face stuff with embeddings.js and some Python tooling as well. So lots of really cool AI stuff happening. An AI SQL editor. Now this is my probably my favorite feature that I've actually used like multiple times a day since it launched, and we'll probably be using it throughout this stream, perhaps if we have to write any SQL.
Oh yeah.
It's so helpful. It allows you to like generate SQL snippets, but you can also pass it across your like the structure of your Superbase project, and so you can pass across the schema of like your Postgres schema, and it can give you really helpful, intelligent suggestions as to how to write SQL queries specifically for your Superbase instance. Which is very cool. And then the next level feature is if you do get an error, you can actually feed that error into the SQL, the AI assistant, and get some really helpful feedback on how you need to restructure your query to be able to not have it throw an error. Very, very cool. And a whole bunch of other stuff, heaps and heaps of stuff. The other one that I'll shout out is database branching. And so this has been launched into alpha, a private alpha. So check out the blog, which we will link in the description if you want to join the private alpha for this. But basically, this is a way to have a separate database for every single branch in GitHub. And so you can treat your database the same way that you can treat any feature that you're building with your team. And you can kind of work on that in isolation and build up the migrations that you need for your database to be able to launch that feature into production. So when you merge your feature branch in GitHub into your main branch or whatever your primary branch is that's linked to production, it will also run all of those migrations against your production version of your database. And so, yes, that one is a huge feature we've been working on for a long time, and it's probably the most requested feature ever for us to launch. So we're very excited to get that one out. It kind of relies on a lot of the local development improvements that we'll probably be showcasing today if my Docker instance is kind to me and works. In fact, let's just quickly spin up Docker.
Oh no, you didn't start it before.
Nice.
I did say I was going to, and then I didn't do it. Sorry. But no, it looks like it spun up immediately, and hopefully that'll be fine. But yes, heaps of cool stuff. Yeah, if you didn't know
I
what
want to hear.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to hear what people's favorite feature that was launched. It was for me personally, I thought the schema diagram UI was really awesome, and it's actually built by the community, right, Alistair?
Certainly is, yeah. Community
Yeah,
contribution. We got it like it was so good. Needed like a few things, and we got it straight in. Like, yeah, it's one of the cool things about open source.
That's very cool. So what is it? What is the schema diagram UI?
It's better to show it than to explain it. Surely you've got an instance with some tables in it, John.
Surely I've got a Superbase project somewhere that I could use. Somewhere in this big list of Superbase projects, surely I have one that I could use.
John single-handedly is using up all the budget for the projects in Superbase.
Most of them are paused. Most of them. Just keeping them around just in case. They might just have that. Well, I guess I don't need the SQL snippets. This was legitimately why I would like pause projects and keep them around instead of deleting like temporary projects, was I might have the perfect SQL query that I had written in that project to solve some problem, and I might need to come back to it later. So if I pause it, it's still there. I don't have to give up on it. But yeah, definitely not something we need to do anymore with the wonderful SQL AI SQL editor.
Does this have some tables in it?
Yeah, we got tables.
So go to the database page, and there's a new tab called Schema Visualizer. That is exactly what it is.
Look at these animated lines as well. I don't know if you can see that on the stream if the refresh rate is fast enough, but there are these awesome little lines showing all of these things are connected to each other, and I can pull them. Oh man, this is so cool.
I think you can zoom a bit as well, maybe.
Maybe, but maybe not working
you
on.
need the trackpad.
I do have the trackpad. I'm trying to zoom. But yeah, so cool. That's awesome. Beautiful. Alistair, what was your favorite feature from launch week?
Oh, give me back the list. I'll probably not branching because I had to work on it, and it was complicated. So now I've got a bit of a love-hate relationship with it, and I'm still working on it. I think it's actually the connection pooler, because HTTP or WebSocket connections to your database just make working in functions, like serverless functions, so much easier and faster, because there's a lot of overhead to a Postgres connection. Especially, like, it's fine when you make it from your server and it spins up and you keep it open, but if you're making that connection every time from a serverless function, it's adding quite a lot of overhead to your request. So this solves that. It's like much faster, and I'm all about performance.
Nice. Yeah. So this sits in between, right? So you have your clients, and then you've got your database. Instead of them going directly to the database to make a query, it's like they hit that, and that has a solid connection. So you don't have that overhead of spinning it up every time. And it's kind of like mimicking that part of the old kind of like monolithic API kind of architecture, where you have one API that's always running, or multiple APIs that are always running, that has a direct connection to your database, poor synths, and has a direct connection to your database. And then, any requests that come into your API can just be sent directly to the database. But now that we have this kind of serverless world with a whole bunch of short-lived clients that spin up and make one request and then spin back down, this is a great way to kind of keep that part of reducing that overhead of making a fresh database connection to Postgres. Is very cool. So yeah, let us know in the tweets. Let us know in the comments what your favorite feature was from launch week. And Jason is praying along with us that Docker's gonna work. The local development workflow is very smooth and very convenient. It's just my local version of Docker that is a problem, and so hopefully that will be fine this time. Zenovo has pointed out that yes, tweets, zeets, all these things, all the confusion that Elon has introduced into the world. Yeah. Have they reverted it yet? Is it? No, we've still got the X here. Have they fired Elon yet? No, not yet.
He's in Japan, by the way, for some reason. I saw a tweet from somewhere, someone saying he's in Japan. I don't know why.
Right.
Who knows why?
Should try and get him to come to a meetup and do a talk. Thank you, all the Superbase team. Greetings from plurinational state of Bolivia. What time is it there? Who knows? Hey guys. Can you show how to set up email in S3 with Next.js 13.4? Probably not in this stream, but that's a good one to put together a video for. We'll add it to the list. Jack is saying the database is alive. Postgres language server will be great. Yes, this is going to be very, very, very cool.
Very surprised that it hasn't existed until now.
Yeah, it sounds like there have been some like general SQL ones that like haven't really solved that problem or been able to understand all of the nuances of the different flavors of SQL. So yeah, it's huge. Can confirm the local development works like a charm. Tested it a few days ago. All right. In that case, let's stop stalling and let's get into this local development. So we just quickly, hey guys, any chance of a video on how to get real time going in Swift? We definitely need to do some more Swift
mobile
work.
app content. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Yeah, we'll definitely look into this
for sure. All right, let's get into it. Alistair, what do I need to run first?
Well, are we starting with a template?
Yes, we are starting with a template, and also we're going to need an actual app that we're going to build. Ideas for apps. I did tweet about this. I got a couple of. Oh, this is a bad way to do it. Oh yeah, no, yeah.
Well, if you're in the chat right now, now's your chance. What do you want to see us build? Tell us your app idea, and we'll try and build it for you in an hour and a half.
And we'll push it up to GitHub. We'll push it up to GitHub by the end.
It'll be open source.
Yeah, it'll be open source. You can take it from there. You basically have 3 very familiar with Superbase devs here ready to build your app for you over the next hour and a half. So get your ideas in the chat. This is the benefit of joining us live. From Twitter, we've got a shared collaborative grocery shopping list. So that could be cool. That's I think definitely something with real time would be good. And yeah, I think so. We're going to be using a starter template, which I guess we can run right now. So, but we still need a name.
Oh,
we're not going back on the random word thing.
What was the random word?
Oh, it was this word does not exist or something like that.
Does not exist. .com. Pisley? Do I just refresh? Ooh, distortionist. I like that one.
It sounds like a very interesting startup.
Distortionist. Yeah, it sounds very very, very.
What does it mean? What does it say?
Oh, it means relating to the distortion of words, especially in grammar or in speech sounds. An explanation 2 or definition 2 is a word that does not exist. It was invented, defined, and right. That's what they are. Okay. All right. This is the highest running for me so far. Let's see. We got Palincho, Exerection, Notware, Pompey, Carvalage, Unpersonatively. All right. Should we go with distortionist?
I guess so.
Yeah.
Backup is Andrew's suggestion of secret-project.
Oh, secret-project. That's much cooler. Let's go with that. All right. So we can. Oh, now that's in the way of the command. So we can run the create next app package with npx. So this is how we would create a regular Next.js project. So create next app at latest, and then the name of our project. We can use the Superbase template by giving it an example project to build this off, and the example project is going to be with Superbase, and then we can give it the name of our project. So that's going to be secret-project. Yes, we want to install the latest version. And so this will give us a brand new Next.js application with Tailwind configured, with TypeScript configured, all the new app router goodness. And then on the Superbase side, it gives us ready to go authentication pages. We get a login route, a logout route, and a sign up route, all using email and password. So you can just jump in there and change that if you would like to use one of the different authentication strategies. I've just realized it's popping up saying that I have a bad internet connection. So I'm not sure if that is actually reflected in a...
So far it looks good. Yeah.
I'm just going to turn this backup off. And we're going to change into our secret project and have a look. So yeah, if you didn't watch last week's episode, we went through a lot of the kind of theory side of the new Next.js app router. So we talked about what kind of gave like a brief overview of the Next.js app router, what a server component is, what a client component is, route handlers, server actions, and then we did like a very quick run through of this template. But yeah, this time we're going to be building out an entire app using just this. So if we do npm run dev, and then, that's why this is you know, small and hard to read. I am going to open this up in my teach profile. Yeah, massive.
Oh, nice.
And all right, hopefully that's a little bit easier to read. Let us know in the chat if it's still a bit small. So we can run npm run dev, which is going to run our local development.
Although we haven't set up any of the backend, right?
Yes. So that's why we're getting this wonderful, helpful error right here that we need to declare the next_public Superbase URL and the Superbase a non-key. So this is because we have all of that piping already set up and all of that authentication stuff configured on the Superbase side. It means that we need to tell it which Superbase project we would like to connect to. So we can... Oh, no, we're going to do a local one. That was the whole point. I probably shouldn't bring up my emails and stuff. Cool. So, yeah. All right. So what commands do we need to run to create a local development environment for Superbase?
Well, we've already got the Superbase folder, but you would run Superbase init usually. But I think because we've run that already, we can go straight to Superbase start.
That's a good point. Yeah. So Superbase init will create this Superbase project. And in here, this is what keeps a track of all of the different migrations and any seed data that you want. Actually, we might delete this because it has a migration which is kind of linked to to-dos, which doesn't really make sense. So how about we delete this one?
We'll start fresh. Why not?
Start fresh. So yeah, that doesn't have anything to do with all of the authentication stuff that's set up. That's still all there. We just need to tell it which project we want to connect it to. So it was npx Superbase init. So npx allows us to run the Superbase CLI directly, and we don't want to generate workspace settings.
I will say, if you usually will want to generate workspace settings if you're using Superbase functions, and we're probably not today, so that's probably good. But if you are, it makes things a whole lot easier because you might want the Dino to only run on half your project, the Dino thing.
Yeah, good call. Yeah, so since Superbase Edge functions execute in the Dino runtime environment, you get lots of red sometimes if you're writing if you have this kind of cross-platform two different projects running within your one app. And so by generating those settings, you can keep those two separate. So it knows all the Dino stuff, and then it knows all the regular Next.js stuff. So this has created this project. So now we need to link it to our... No, we don't need to link it. We need to create a new project.
I think Superbase start now. Start spinning up your local environment.
npx Superbase start. It's Docker.
Oh no. Is it Docker running?
It is running. It's up and running, and it's happy.
There was an issue for this. There's if you like installed Docker ages ago, it like something changed, and then it doesn't have the. Give me a second.
Okay. This is that thing I said that I would test and make sure is working in between.
Yes.
In between the screens. I remember now. Also going to install the latest Superbase CLI just in case.
Okay. In the private chat of StreamYard, I sent you a thing.
Ooh. I'm just going to randomly copy and paste commands from Alistair because I trust Alistair, but don't do it from Stack Overflow. So Alistair is telling me I need to run sudo ln-s docker run docker.
Although, is the latest version working? Like it's just thinking about it.
It is thinking about it. I don't want to just randomly quit Docker again like I did last time and corrupt our entire everything.
Actually, jump into Docker in the and go to settings, top right maybe, and then go advanced, and then allow default Docker to be used, socket to be used. So if you read that error, it was, so you can forget about my command. This is the proper way of doing it, I think.
Okay.
We were trying to access, like the Superbase CLI was trying to send commands to the Docker socket, but it wasn't there because that option wasn't ticked. So you have to apply and restart.
Right.
For that to happen.
Yes, got it right.
That's a secure password.
Yep. Okay, cool. And now can we run this one again?
Now you have to wait for Docker to restart.
All right. What's a story you can tell us while we're waiting? No, it's up.
Okay, go for it. No stories from me.
Tell us your favorite tale of developing database branching at Superbase.
That's a long story.
All right, let's get rid of the at latest and see if that magically works.
Now have you broken your Superbase?
I thought it was all going to be fine. I saw that Docker was up and running and thought that's enough, but I should have tested this out.
Hey Tyler, you want to just see if yours is getting ready, because we might need the old switcheroo. Sure. But we won't. We'll make sure he's working first. You got Homebrew installed, John?
Yeah.
Do you want to install the Superbase CLI via Homebrew?
Let's do it.
I don't know if that works. I think you have to use the cask or something.
/tap/cast/
Oh, I don't know. Look at the docs.
All right. Somehow I think we're not going to build an app in a single stream. This is going to be
it's a minor speed bump.
Catastrophic fail as last time.
Install Superbase /tap/Superbase.
Oh, I was so close. My button mashing. Do you say cask /tap?
No, just no cask. Tap. Just tap. Tap. Superbase /Superbase.
Easy.
No, one more. You need one more Superbase.
Oh. All right. /Superbase. Like that?
Yeah, like that. Hooray.
I know how to Superbase. All right, while that's installing, what kind of comments do we have? Andrew is joining us, who also suggested this wonderful name. Andrew is one of the DevRels at Superbase, and we don't have to stall anymore. All right, Superbase start.
John, there's something seriously wrong with your Docker.
All right, Tyler.
Should I take it over?
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
How about we test that the Superbase start command and Docker is working first,
see.
And then we can create a new Next.js app with that command called secret dash project.
All right. Is my screen shared?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. The template was with Superbase. I'm creating a brand new Next.js app. We were calling it Secret Project.
Yeah.
Secret, yeah.
Secret project. So that's firing up. I got Docker running. I think my Superbase local development environment is fine because I was testing it out yesterday. So hopefully everything works out.
Oh, did you hear that, John? Testing it out yesterday.
I actually did have this working in between the streams. I created a new Superbase project for a side project I was working on. And so I don't understand why it doesn't work when we're streaming for some reason. It just says no.
It's for comedic effect.
Really, I'm just lazy. I didn't want to have to type all the code for this stream, so I'm just making Tyler do it. Do you want to delete that Superbase folder?
Yeah, okay. Let's delete this Superbase folder right here, and we are running npm.
All right, and then do you want to open
Um,
another terminal
did-
window and run
Yeah.
npx
Hold on.
Superbase
What's going on?
init? So we're going to initialize a new project.
Sure. Let's just.
Yeah, we'll get back to where we were. There we go.
Okay. Yeah. So
Excellent, we've got our error.
this shows an error. And what was it? We want to do Superbase init.
Nice.
Yep.
So initialize Superbase in this project. Uh-oh.
Oh
What's
no.
going on?
As soon as you start streaming, it just becomes
Really?
everything stops working. Don't interrupt it. We'll just wait a second.
Yeah.
That's
We're waiting for your stories, Alistair.
Oh yeah, maybe it wants me to tell a story.
All right, what do we have in the comments?
Yeah.
Body blue raised arms. Yep. Andrew says this is why I use OrbStack. It uses sane defaults and much less resource intensive. Only downside is it's macOS only at the moment.
I have to open in a tab. I've been meaning to try it because Docker is the amount of time I've wasted on Docker. It's not funny.
Yeah. Andrew says that it's my internet, which is so very likely. Our internet here in Australia is not great, and I have almost as great an internet as you can get, and it still causes me constant problems. So I'm still running this command in the background, and hopefully one of us will get it up and running soon. Although the Superbase init command shouldn't be doing that.
I
That should
know.
just
This is
be
weird, isn't it?
creating a folder.
Superbase init hanging this long.
I'm gonna try it on mine as well.
Should we quit it and do
Yeah.
use
let's do that.
npx? Just
npx?
yeah, npx and then Superbase at latest. Oh yeah, whatever.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. That would work, right?
Yeah, okay, that worked. So yeah,
Okay.
easy.
Okay,
Now
fine.
let's
Okay.
run npx Superbase start.
npx Superbase start. Fingers
Oh,
crossed.
that's looking good.
All right, and while that's happening, while that's downloading all of the images on Docker, question: I have a project in Next.js and I need to use cookies for create server component client, but when doing the build, it tells me dynamic server error, and I'm already using dynamic equals force dynamic. Ooh, that's strange. Yeah, that should be fixing it. So when you import the cookies function, that basically flags to Next.js that this is a dynamic route because everything in the app directory is kind of static by default or cached by default. And so when you import the cookies function, Next.js detects that route is not actually static or can't be fetched once and cached. And so yeah, it used to just print out an error, but now in production, it will actually fail your build if you have a bunch of routes that are importing the cookies function without exporting out dynamic equals force dynamic. So yeah, that's the solution that I've done in the past, is just export const dynamic equals and then the string force dynamic. But if you're already trying that and it's still not working, yeah, maybe create an issue. Well, it sounds like the Next.js is failing to set it as a dynamic route. So maybe creating an issue on the Next.js repo might be best for that one. But yeah, that's very weird. Something else you could try is running this same template that we've just used. So create a new Next.js project running that -e with Superbase command, and then try and deploy that to Vercel or wherever you're deploying it, and see if that works. See if that also fails the build. Because if it doesn't fail the build, then very carefully compare the starter template with your project and see if there's a character that's misspelt in dynamic or something like that. But yeah, that's a weird one. All right.
Yeah.
Superbase project is up and running locally with no problems, just running one command.
Yeah, so we got all the credentials here. I just copied over the API URL and the anon key into our .env.local file. So our environment should be set up if we go back to the browser. And of course, because I stopped the npm run dev session,
Here we go.
it should. Yes.
Yay! All right. So this is the
Okay.
landing page that you will see once you have your Superbase project configured. So this just basically gives you some starter information. There are some resources that you can go and check out more about Next.js and Supabase and learn about cookie-based auth and all of that stuff. But if you click login, you'll see that all of the authentication flow is also already configured for us. So we have email and password authentication. So let's sign you up a new account.
Let's do it.
Also, I just realized that I don't know if it's just on my screen, but it doesn't look like the text is showing up on that second
This one?
button. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I might need to
it's
fix
actually
something with
not.
the Tailwind styles, but let's click that second button, which should say sign up.
Sign up. This might be a good PR
Would not
for
authenticate
anybody in
user.
the community to fix up, huh?
Yes.
Could not authenticate user.
What's going on there?
This is a good start.
If you run your dashboard locally,
Right.
what port
Which
is the?
I always forget.
It is the studio URL 54323. So yeah, running the Superbase stack locally gives you all of those different bits that run on a hosted Superbase project. So you can create edge functions, you can run the dashboard, you can connect to the GraphQL server. All of those different things are running locally. Got an error.
So if you're trying to access any logs locally, you have to set up I think because it's backed by BigQuery or something, you have to provide your own, because we obviously can't do that for you locally. So you have to have your own BigQuery, but you can still look at the logs in the Docker containers.
It prints out the logs to Docker.
Yeah. So what's happening though? I completely zoned out.
Authentication, it's saying could not authenticate user.
Do you want to make sure your anon key doesn't have any empty space at the end of it in the environment variable?
Let's double check that.
No, it doesn't. It's all right.
Doesn't seem like it.
All right. In that case, yeah, let's jump into Docker and make sure everything's running.
Or should we give up local development and start developing remotely? I feel like at this point.
We did that last week. We can't do it again.
We'll give it one more.
So what was it? Docker. We want this?
Yeah. So everything's running correctly. So that looks good. Did you try signing up first?
Yeah, that's what we were trying. As long as that button we can't see.
It is sign up. Okay.
Do you want to try one more time?
First, look at the network request when you click sign up.
Yeah, so that's the thing. Yeah, this was one of the feedbacks that I left. But I believe when we call sign up, we are we are calling one of the server actions, right? And none of the errors.
So it'll be
are being
login and then
logged,
page.tsx. Oh, do you want? Yeah, sorry.
This one, right? This is the sign up auth action, and we have an error, but this is not being logged anywhere. So should we?
Let's
do you want to just before we return the error, just? Oh yeah, you could do. Yeah, do you want to just console log it, and then we'll see it on the server side. I just didn't want to log out the actual error or return the actual error, as it might give people some hints as to how to hack in, knowing that they've guessed a correct email, for example.
Right. Okay, so what is that error?
It's not supported on signups when auto confirm is enabled.
What?
Oh, because we deleted the Superbase folder, right? So we would have had auto confirm off, but because our config toml changed.
Oh, okay. So does this have in it somewhere a?
It'll be under auth. All right. Is it just called auto confirm? Who knows?
Okay.
To the docs.
To the docs.
Allow, disallow.
Superbase.
Andrew,
And
I feel like you
Andrew,
might know this.
if you have any hints for us.
Oh, there you go. Andrew does know. It's called email confirmation. And is that under auth? We just put email confirmation equals
Email
false.
confirmation false. Let's just
Or
try
true.
this.
We need to, wait, no. Oh my God. We need to confirm emails, right?
Yeah, true. Email
True.
confirmation equals true.
Okay.
And then we'll need to restart the CLI.
Right.
So
Oh no. So Superbase stop?
Yeah.
Or Superbase reset? No. We have to stop and
Just do a stop and a
restart.
start. Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Here's where Docker crashes. Now we'll see if it works on this next one. Otherwise, we'll swap to a hosted version.
Interestingly, there's no config toml in the with Superbase example.
That was one of my feedbacks as well.
So basically,
but yeah, I haven't shared.
We need to listen to Tyler's feedback.
I haven't shared that feedback with you, John, yet. So no. Yeah, I needed to before this stream, I guess. But okay, so it looks like we got everything up and running again. Let's.
All right, everyone, cross your fingers.
Tyler at superbase.io, super secure password, sign up, error. Okay.
Unbelievable.
Maybe not though. Actually,
Pixie Flow is not supported on signups with auto confirm enabled. Is Pixie enabled by default? We can just
disable no, it's the server side. It's just the option. Superbase local auto confirm or Superbase config toml.
Auto confirm enable. Auto confirm.
Should we switch to Alistair sharing and create?
I don't have it all set up.
Joking. Andrew's telling us to check the chat. No, it's already in the file. It's called email confirmation.
Oh, did we just add it again?
Maybe. All right, let's go back to that config.toml and search for email confirmation. Is it already? Oh no, it's only there once.
There's only one. Anyway, I think it's about time we give up local development and start developing remotely. But what do you think? Do we want to keep going?
Yeah, you guys start doing that, and then I'll.
Okay.
Alistair's on his own path. He'll start a rival stream that's running everything in the hosted environment.
So we are going to create a
Andrew's saying
project.
no. Andrew,
no, yeah, I'm with you, Andrew. But what's the problem, Andrew? We've got.
Yeah, help us fix it, Andrew, because this is something we should fix. It does work locally. It definitely works locally. So
let's hang on. I'm reading the docs. We need to put it under email, auth.email. So we've got it under auth at the moment. It needs to go under auth.email.
Enable confirmation. Is this one?
Oh, confirmations. Right. Okay. So get rid of the one that we added.
Okay.
And change the other one to true instead of false.
Change that to true.
Okay.
All right. Now restart and.
Oh yeah.
Okay. So just for everyone who's watching, thinking, this is not a smooth workflow. This is an incompatibility between the template that I've created and this. I just need to add the config.toml because I think we added the Superbase project to test out the Vercel integration. But yes, I don't think it has all of the rest of the configuration for running in local dev. So we can easily add that. Yeah.
Andrew's
will
saying
fix
also
that up.
enable logs. Too late, Andrew. Sorry.
No.
We don't need logs if everything's working. It's fine.
Yeah, it's just gonna work.
Fingers crossed.
Just so you don't freak yourself out, if you get rid of in the URL, you can get rid of that error, like question mark error, like it's coming back as a query parameter. So,
Right.
or just click that. It'll. Oh yeah, there we go. Check email to
Oh, yeah.
continue sign-in process. Boom. So that's what we should see.
Sweet.
So now,
So there's an
Now-
in-bucket thing locally. So the local dev setup doesn't actually send emails, but we provide this cheeky little in-bucket.
In bucket
Service.
URL. This
Which
is pretty
basically
awesome. I
captures
didn't know
the-
about this until very recently.
Yeah,
Ooh.
it's pretty cool.
what's this?
Have you not seen this,
So-
John?
I have not seen this.
Yeah, it's actually my first time seeing this as well, but do you want to take us through, Alistair?
Yeah, so it basically captures your local, any emails that are sent from any of the Superbase services. It basically captures them before they're actually sent. So you're not sending a load of random emails that you don't need in development. But if you just
Very
hit it on monitor,
Monitor.
you should be able to monitor the incoming
Oh,
emails. You can
oh,
see
nice.
we've got a email confirmation there.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's pretty
I
neat.
just click it and
Boom.
there you go. I'm signed
And
in.
now we can see that it's not actually that complicated. If we log out and then log in again, it'll be much smoother.
Uh-oh.
Andrew's saying, I'm so happy Tyler is using local setup. Me too, Andrew. That's what we're here to do. Also, it's just for local.
All right.
Also, Yordis is asking, hey Pix, may
Change
I
your
ask something related to
password.
Superbase and Auth, but not about this web app implementation? Absolutely. That is what the happy hour is for. Joining us live gives you the wonderful perk that you have 3 Superbase devs here to answer every one of your questions that you put in the chat within reason. And so, yeah, send it through and we will do our best to answer it. Welcome to the local gang, Tyler. I love our local development
I love it, yeah.
workflow. I just haven't tried to use it with this template, and so haven't
This
hit
is
this
a-
problem yet. But
Running joke between Andrew and I, because what was it? I forgot what exactly the issue was, but there was one particular issue that only happened on local development, and he was struggling so much, and I was having no issue with it because I was not using the local development. I do all my development remotely, and this was a joke that I gave him a hard time basically for using the local
Nice.
development, but. No, Superbase local development is actually pretty nice, really nice. I love it.
I'll show you my favorite thing. If you go to the dashboard and let's create a table, like let's do some stuff like you would do with the normal hosted instance. Well, actually, we can also see that if you go to authentication quickly under authentication and then users, we can see that we now have that user. So like everything that we're doing locally is all it's all happening in the dashboard like it would be if it was the hosted project. So the entire stack is running locally, which is so cool. And yeah, that's the same for RLS policies and everything. So let's create a new table. Did we decide on what our app is going to be? Should we do the shopping list, a
haven't, have
collaborative
we?
shopping list?
Oh, yeah.
Shopping. Let's do it.
All right. So let's say like shopping
Items?
dash shopping list. Oh, items. Yeah, that's a good
Items,
idea.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. Maybe do we want lists first? So a list can have many items. Get a bit of
okay.
Why not?
Sounds
Right.
good.
Okay.
So
Do
you could
we want
also
to enable
you could also use this to build Trello. You could or Jira or something like yeah. This is a pretty cool example of a very common database schema.
I think we can start out by disabling row-level security, right? We can always enable it later if we have enough time.
Enable it.
Yeah.
Go
Really?
from the start.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
in. John's explained it so many times.
Yeah.
Everyone's got to know what it's about.
Oh yeah. For
Yeah, so
anyone
what
joining
is-
us new, this is my
Yeah.
chance. This is my opportunity to explain row-level security.
Not again.
So,
Not again.
row-level security, by default, basically denies every action on this table. So no one can insert, update, select, or delete any of the rows from this table. And so if we want to enable one of those actions, we need to write a policy, which we'll look at soon. But the thing to remember is that it will just blanket deny any request by default. So we're basically like locking down the database and then when we start writing policies, that's a way for us to implement authorization at the database level, so that nothing leaks out that we don't want to leak out. So what kind of columns do we want?
Yeah, and we also want to, do we want to enable real time for lists? Maybe not. I guess it doesn't hurt to have it enabled.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, what kind of columns,
we
lists?
will.
I guess
All right.
maybe not. Yeah. Title, I guess.
Probably need a title.
Type text. We probably don't want that to be nullable.
No, we probably want a title.
Can it be null? Yeah. Title created
but we need to change the type on that ID.
Oh yeah.
We gotta change it from int8 down to UUID. And the cool thing is that we saw last time. Oh no, it didn't.
Not on
happen.
local yet. You need to. The local build is. We have to release manually, so it gets
What
released.
is it? Generate UUID.
If you click the
three dot thing for 3 lines, and then. Boom.
Oh, nice.
Boom. So this will just use a UUID type rather than a just auto incrementing number for our ID.
Sweet. I guess this is.
Yeah, I think that's
pretty good, right? Yeah. Okay. We created.
And then let's create some items.
Yep, items. Enable RS. Enable real time. Oops. I guess
Jack's asking why we changed the UUID. That's also kind of a running joke that Alistair told us to do it once, and then we just did it. We decided we had to do that from now on. But the thing that I like about it is that it, I don't know, it makes your IDs look more professional. People can't kind of guess based on the sequence of your IDs, someone else's ID or a different shopping list items ID.
I feel like as a indie dev, this is kind of huge because if you have a numerical ID, then any new user coming in could see oh, this app only has 12, whatever it is, 12 data in it. Whereas if you're using UUID, our users have no idea how big or small the app is. So
totally,
yeah,
yeah, make them think you're the enterprise they're paying for, not the tiny startup that you are.
I guess name.
And Andrew's called out that it saves you from enumeration attacks. So finding it's not a good attitude to implement security via obscurability by just making it hard to guess, but making it so easy to guess that it's just a number that you can increment does kind of expose you to enumeration vulnerabilities.
I'm also thinking about adding a have bot kind of column, or does that sound good? Have bot?
What?
Yeah.
Whether we have bought the certain item or something.
Perfect.
Have
what
bought.
about a list ID column that relates to our?
Oh yeah. Almost forgot that. Okay, list ID. So this is going to be a foreign key on the list table that we created earlier, right? So lists.
So this is setting up a relationship between these two tables. If you're not super familiar with relational databases, you can have relationships between different bits of data, so you don't need to duplicate over and over again all of the information about the list for every single item. You can just say all of these items belong to that list. So you can set up these relationships between different tables and design your database that way.
Yep. Awesome.
Okay. What do we reckon? If we this action, you can set what happens when you delete the list, because we're setting up this relationship to say this item belongs to that list. It doesn't really make sense for that item to belong to exist anymore if the list is deleted. So what we can do is use cascade deletes to basically not create what are called orphaned rows, where you have basically data that's taking up space in your database that isn't attached to anything. I imagine we're going to be displaying each of our lists and then each of the items within our lists. And so it doesn't really make sense to have an item that doesn't belong to a list. So we're going to cascade those deletes. So when we delete the list, all the items are deleted.
Yeah, whatever I think about it, I think about a parent-child kind of relationship where the list table is the parent and then we have items as the child. And whenever we delete the parent, we, in this case, want to delete the children as well. So that's what we're doing by setting this action. to cascade.
Yeah.
All right. It looks good, right? ID
Yeah,
Yeah, and then
not
last
nullable.
thing, click that cog. Sorry, what were you saying, Alistair?
I was just saying the same thing as you. The list ID needs to be not
Oh, yeah.
like you have to have put items in a list, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Awesome.
Sick.
Great. We have the two tables. Now what? Do we want to set up row level security, or
I think
otherwise we
yeah,
wouldn't be
before
able
we
to read
go
anything?
away from the tables, let's maybe put a user on lists so each user can have their own lists.
That's a good idea.
Amazing. Yeah, that's a good idea. So nice thing about Superbase is it's easy to insert a new column. So user ID, add for encapsulation. So now we are going to reference not the public schema, but the auth schema, which contains all the logged in user information and anything auth related. And we are going to reference the auth.users.id, which is the signing user ID, right? And again, action, we want to delete any items or lists that deleted user had. So we're just gonna set that to cascade. Hit
Awesome.
save. Everything looks good.
All right. So,
Oh, did I leave it allow nullable? I feel like I made it nullable, but
yeah, we can edit it.
yeah. Okay. Let's just keep going.
All right. So
Alistair's not happy.
Alistair's not happy. He won't let us scoot around the things that we.
Okay. Edit column. Not nullable. Okay. Yep. There you go.
All right. So the thing that I wanted to show you that's really cool is now that we've just been clicking around the dashboard, making changes, building out our schema, adding tables, adding columns, adding row level security, all of that stuff. And so if we wanted to then duplicate all of these changes in our production database, if we had our production version of our application hosted by Superbase, and then this is our local development version, we would have to go to the production database and then click around and add all of those things, or write an SQL statement that's going to create those tables and all of the work that we've just done. But thanks to some awesome new tooling in the Superbase CLI, we can basically do all of that for us. So we can run the Superbase migration new, and then the name of what we want to call it.
Migration new.
Are we doing? Do we not want to do the diff flow?
Yes, we do want to do the diff flow. Sorry.
Well, it will create, if you want to create a migration and run it yourself, you can make a blank one. But because we want to do the diff thing, so that can generate a file for us. So it's pretty similar. Superbase DB diff, and then you have to give it a -f for the file name, which is going to be our migration name. We could just call it init or something like that. I don't know.
Okay, init. Sure.
Yeah.
Did I forget something?
Did
I just hit save on this config toml, but did I screw up something?
Cannot read config. Author email expected equals, but got.
This is true, right?
Yeah, that looks right. Do you want to save it again?
Auth email.
I think it's okay. Maybe just run the command.
Yeah,
okay.
Just run it again.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Phew.
Now, the cool thing is, what this is doing is creating a shadow database, which is the coolest thing in the world. But basically, this is creating an empty database, and then checking what the difference is between that database and our current running locally database. And so it's checking all of the difference, basically every button that we would have to click in the dashboard. It's going to go and write the actual SQL statement that we would need for that. So you see that it's created a table, public.items. It's then altered the table to add row level security. It's added our list table and then enabled row level security for that. So it's not just the structure of our database, but everything else, all of the other rules. If we create roles and permissions or users, or anything that changes between the last migration that was run and the current state of our database, it will write all of the SQL for us that's required to take it from the previous state into the current state. So if we did have a production version of our application running in Superbase Cloud, we could push up these changes and it will run this migration and basically bring the state of our hosted project up to the state of our local one. So
really awesome. Yeah. So now what do we want to?
Should we add a couple of test items and a test list and get this showing in our application?
Sure. Okay. Let me just grab my user ID because I'm gonna need that.
Ooh, Alistair can show you that you don't need to do that anymore. I can show you. If you go insert new row.
What?
And then let's give it a title. So let's say like, the select record thing. But yeah, let's give it a title. Yeah.
Yeah,
perfect.
Sure.
And then user ID, you can select the record. And this is going to look up the related table. And then that is our user. And so it'll automatically populate that field, which makes it much easier to relate rows to other tables.
That's really nice. I don't even have to copy that item ID either.
Yeah.
So I can just go to insert, I don't know, like milk, have bought. I guess I haven't bought it yet. Select record. Wow. Sweet. Okay. So I guess we do have some dummy data. Eggs, maybe. Okay. Now, do we want to start by then adding a page where we can see the list of
Well,
items?
let's update our landing page, I reckon. So under app/page.tsx.
Okay.
That's the one. We can probably get rid of these resources. Examples. And then maybe we'll keep some of this because it's got our login.
Okay.
Like our login logic. So yeah, after that nav, I reckon we delete everything else.
Okay. Where is the...
Maybe just that second last div.
Oh,
yeah. Yep, cool. And then if you scroll up, because this is a server component, it can be an async component, which it is an async component. So we can fetch our data directly in this component. And we've already created a Superbase instance using the create server component client function. And so, yeah, after we've fetched our user, or before, it doesn't really matter, we can go and fetch our lists. So let's say,
yeah, so
data,
yes, right here, const data,
and this is going to be our lists, I guess.
List, yeah, something like this,
and then that equals await Superbase.from our
lists, right? Okay, lists. Select.
And then we want to select all of the columns from the list table, but we also want to select all of their items. And so because we've set up that relationship between those two tables, we can do that in one query, exactly like that. So we do star to say we want all of the columns, and then we can look up a related table. So this behind the scenes does a join, if you're familiar with relational databases. And so we're looking up the items table, and then we're selecting all of the rows in the items table that have this list ID or belong to this list.
One thing I noticed is it says the shopping list is type either array of any or null, but is there anything that we can do right there? Can we get better typing?
Absolutely. What a great idea. We can use Superbase to automatically generate TypeScript definitions for us. So right now, like, we're doing our best with what Superbase knows will eventually come back from calling .from and .select. but we can actually give TypeScript all of the definitions for our database structure, so it knows exactly what's going to come back, which will help us so much in the future. So let's set it up now. Alistair.
Superbase gen types TypeScript dash local.
Look at that.
But then you also need to, this command just outputs to.
So is it -f for?
It's not dash for this one, and you also Superbase gen types TypeScript. So
Superbase gen TypeScript.
Types. Yeah, with an S.
Types TypeScript.
Nice.
And
So
then
this one
local, sorry, you go, Alistair.
I was just saying this one outputs to, will just print in your console, so we can just pipe it into a file.
Yes. You can run it,
so
and
like literally that's just dumped all of those. So we can just use normal CLI stuff using a greater than symbol and then put a file path. So that's the same command, and then and then pipe it into wherever you want to put it, something dot.
So usually we do, like in the docs and things, we use the lib folder, which we'd need to create first. So let's do, let's just create it just there. Right click and say create folder, or up there, and say lib, and then we can pipe that into lib / I think database.types.ts is usually.
database.types.ts.
Boom.
Sweet.
Sick.
There you go.
So now we have all of this. So we want to consume all of those types with our Superbase client. So where we're creating a Superbase client, we can actually use VS Code to write the import for us. So if you use the angle brackets after the create server component bit and put database with a capital D, and then press enter, boom,
just like that.
done.
Wow,
sweet. Easy.
Now,
so now what does it think? Oh wow, ooh, look
beautiful,
at that.
So beautiful.
An array.
I really like it that, yeah, and it also gives you the type for the referenced table.
Yeah,
which is great.
Very clever.
All right.
While we're running commands, though, Andrew has pointed out a very good thing, which is we dumped our schema, but what if we wanted our dummy data to come along with us whenever we spin up a local environment? So we can also dump out those test rows
so these ones, right?
So all these ones, yeah.
Okay.
So that is Superbase DB dump, and then
I do have a concern though. Is the auth user going to come along, or is auth going to be something else?
Let's find out.
Okay. I have a feeling that, I don't know. Okay, let's find out. Yeah.
I wonder if it is all schemas or whether it's just the public schema.
Superbase DB dump. -f, and then we're going to put this into our seed file, which is superbase/seed.sql. So that this way the CLI can automatically run this for us when we spin up our
local.
Anyway, so we need to add --local again, and also we'll need to add --data -only, because we don't want the schema included in our dump because we've got that already in the migrations.
What did I miss?
Unknown flag local.
Local. Superbase DB dump. Local data only.
That is an interesting one. DB, or maybe I'm looking at the wrong.
Maybe we can come back to this if we,
You're gonna get Alistair's head shake again.
Yeah, no, we'll see what Andrew says.
There's two of them now. Two of them telling us to do it the right way.
All right, we'll come back to that when we can. But I think it's time for us to display that list of items.
Absolutely.
So I'm just gonna create a div here. What did we call shopping?
So maybe
list?
we should. Yeah, I guess it's like lists or shopping lists rather than a single shopping list. Let's just fix that up now because it's an array.
Okay.
VS Code is not letting you.
I always do this with right click. I should remember how to F2. Okay.
That's cool. Nice.
Okay.
So we're mapping over each list.
List.
And then for
And I
each of those
guess
lists,
we don't
what do we
care
do?
too much about error handling, I guess, for right now. Let's just keep going. What do we have? We have the list.title, right? And under that
Well,
title,
TypeScript can tell us exactly what we have.
under that title, we have, what do we have? Another list.items and we're gonna map through this items in the list. So item. I'm just gonna wrap everything in div. I'm not gonna care too much about proper HTML. Item name.
It'll
This
be
should
open source.
display.
Someone can contribute semantic HTML.
Yeah,
as a pull
totally.
request.
Okay, so what I did was I just took the shopping list variable and I'm just looping through them, displaying every single one of them with inside all divs, just the list title and the list items.
Awesome.
I feel like I should at least use list item, list
What's
element.
happening? Why aren't we seeing any data?
Is all the text
here we
black?
go again.
Here we go. It's my turn again. Because we have row level security enabled. So what row level security does by default is it denies all actions on the database. So no one can select, insert, update, or delete any of the rows in any of the tables that we've created. So since we've enabled row level security, we need to write some policies if we want to enable one of those actions. So in this case, we want to enable the select action because we want to be able to read the rows that are in those tables. And so we need a policy. So under authentication and then policies, we can see we don't have any policies yet. So I guess we're going to need policies for both of them unless we feel like writing some more advanced SQL to say if you can read the list, you can read the items. Not for this stream. Unless we want to use the AI SQL editor and see how it goes. Different stream. All right. So the policy name can be anyone can read lists.
I can't. What one? Don't you want to do read your own lists? We've got a user ID there.
But we want shared.
But then it's gonna be collaborative. Yeah, that's the tricky part. But
then okay. Can we add the collaboration later?
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Well, no, because we want to be able to like interact with it together now. So how about we just do authenticated users? So they're definitely authenticated, and then we could swap it out if we added a collaborations thing. If you want to see how to do that, you should check out our how to build a real-time chat application with Remix series of happy hours. There was like 20 hours of us building out an app in a much more slow, more painful way than this. This has been very quick. But yeah, if you want to go and check that out, we did this this really cool way of enabling rooms. And so we had like the participants in a room, and only someone, I don't remember if it was either only the person who created the room could add participants, or only people who were in the room who were participants could add other participants. But that was a really cool model to kind of lock down each of those chat rooms to make kind of private chat rooms where you could control who could actually see the messages in that chat room. But go back and watch our 20 hours of building that app if you want to see that cool way of solving this problem.
So I guess this policy is cool, right? We are setting a policy on the authenticated user, meaning any signed user can basically view all the lists. Looks good to me. Let me just save this policy and let's create basically the same policy for items.
Yep.
If we did have a more complex rule for viewing lists, how would we write this one to say, if you can see the list, you can also see the items?
Yeah. So I don't remember the exact thing, but it's like exists, and then inside that you do a select one if you can see if you can see the list.
Why don't we do it? I remember the exist thing, I think.
All right,
Okay.
let's give it a go. So this is,
So-
this is the correct way to do it. Would be like, it doesn't make sense for you to be duplicating these rules across all of this related data. Really, if you have access to the list, you should have access to all the items that sit underneath it. So rather than duplicating all of the policies that we have on list for each of our items, we can set up this like relationship with our RLS policy as well, to basically just say enforce everything that the parent enforces. So if they can't see the list, they can't see the items. If they can see the list, they can see the items. Take it away, Alistair.
So we're going to say exists, which is this needs to be an expression. So exists returns a thing, and then inside the exists, we're going to select one. So why do we do select one? Well, let's write the rest of it and come back to it. Select one from, what's our other table? Lists. Where list ID equals ID, I guess. Or no, sorry, where
ID equals list ID?
ID equals list ID, yeah. So maybe call it like alias public lists, so we can deduplicate the ID. Yeah, love it. Would it be the other way around? L dot ID equals list ID?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, we're basically saying if you can see, if you are able to select that list from the list table, you'll be able to see this row because that will return true. So the reason it's select one, this will return one if there are some items there, but if it doesn't exist, it will just return nothing. So then the exists will be false. The one won't get returned. Yeah,
Awesome.
I think that should do us.
Okay.
Nice.
Let's review.
Beautiful.
Good. Nice. Sweet. Now I guess it's time to go back and refresh the page and see if we can see something. And I think all the text are in black.
Hey, maybe they were there the whole time. They weren't there the whole time. Yeah, we could just add a class name for text white or whatever.
Sweet.
Beautiful.
Nice.
App built. Can I request that because we have that has been bought like Boolean, could we make this a checkbox where the label is the name and then whether that is checked or not is based on that field?
Certainly. It's been a while since I last used a checkbox in HTML usually.
Same.
For those who don't know me much, I'm usually a Flutter dev. I'm not so much of a web developer. I've done some, but
All right.
okay.
We got you back.
Take me through. So,
all right. So rather than a list, an li, let's make it an well, yeah, I guess we'll need two items. We'll need a label and an input.
Okay.
So, yep, that's the one.
Okay.
And then the value of our checkbox. Is this right? No, that's not right.
Is this right? Okay. What is?
I think it. Let me have a look as to how you do the actual checked bit.
Yeah, that's the. I feel like these checkboxes always get me. It's not straightforward, is it? Checked. Right. You would think it's value, but no, it's not. Okay. Just a genuine web development question. Usually these input, we would have like, what is it? Like 4 attributes, and then we would have IDs on these items, but then obviously we can have, can we have dynamic IDs? Is that a thing?
Yeah, we can use the ID because we have a list item ID in there.
So let's change the div to a label.
Right.
And then let's put an ID on the input, or we can put a name, either ID or name. Not on the. Oh yeah, wait, no, yeah. It's so the label has the HTML4, so HTML lowercase and then capital F on 4. You need a capital F there. So this will just be a regular. Oh yeah, no, sorry. This will be it's
something like this.
Yep. And then we need to just put that ID on the input. Let's put it as a name rather than an ID.
That upsets me, John. I think
Okay, let's put it as an ID. It should be unique.
An ID.
All right. ID equals item.id. And because we're iterating over, actually, we'll need to do this on both layers of our map. We need to add a key to the div or the li.
That key will need to be one level up on the li, Tyler.
Yeah, on the li.
Oh yeah. And right.
There we go. Andrew's got back to us now about our DB dump. We need to specify the local database URL.
Awesome.
Local database URL. Okay.
We'll do that once we get this up and running.
Yeah. So I think we got it. Let's see. Okay. Looks like we got some checkboxes going on.
Cool. So if we go to our Superbase, to the dashboard, Superbase Studio, and change that value for one of our items and then refresh, let's just make sure that bit of our logic is working.
I think you can double click.
Huh.
Do you double click?
Double click false, and then
I think I am. I am double clicking it.
In that case, right click the whole row and do edit.
There's only copy cell content.
Maybe zoom out slightly and then try one more time. Not that solves these kinds of problems. No.
All right.
Maybe not. Maybe we can insert a new item.
Yeah, good idea.
Bacon.
Hell yeah.
Always bought the bacon.
BA. Oh God.
BACON. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And then change. Yeah. Cool.
Okay. Two. Beautiful.
Refresh
the page. Okay. Sweet.
Look at that.
We have a nice checkbox.
So, do we want to implement our logic to change that value, or do we want to should we do the data dump bit?
Let's do the data dump thing real quick.
Just yeah. Okay.
Andrew's command.
Private chat.
I think it's just in the comments.
Public chat.
Oh.
You can't copy and paste it from this screen.
Yeah, it's not really.
But if you just press up, you just need to write out the Postgres URL.
Postgres.
Yeah, okay, I'm just gonna do that.
Just the longest part of the entire command. So rather than dash local, you want db URL.
db URL.
And then if it's still running,
yeah, I should have copied it.
That's
Localhost 54322. Oh, this
/Postgres.
Postgres.
Awesome.
Should be good, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh wow, that's quick.
Let's have a look at seed.sql.
So where'd it go? Superbase c.sql. So we got some content in here.
So again, it's not just the insert statements, it's all of the other stuff that we need as well. Very cool.
Oops,
so yes, it does include auth.users.
It does include auth.users, which is great. Oh yeah, that's awesome. I feel like we had this feedback for a very long time that it was hard to mock or generate random data for auth users, but sweet.
Yeah, Alistair also, I think, was part of being able to create a user directly in the dashboard, for testing purposes. You can very easily create a mock user. Very cool. All right.
Nice.
So now we want to be able to change this value. I'm just wondering which way we should go. So one way is we could use a route handler, which is the stable way to do this in Next.js. And then the other way is to use a server action, which I think are still in alpha, but they're very cool. So does the chat want to weigh in? Do we probably want to go server actions? Yeah.
Yeah.
Waiting for the first yes in the chat. Tyler says yes. Alistair says yes. All right. So server actions are a very, very cool feature that's currently in alpha, which allows you to declare a JavaScript function. Andrew's saying no.
Andrew says no.
Andrew doesn't want all of the issues coming in on the GitHub repo asking why it doesn't work when we're telling people to use an alpha feature. All right, remember this is alpha. Things may go wrong, and if they do, it's probably maybe on Next.js's side, and they may change the API, so this may change the way you do this. But let's show how to do it anyway, because it's cool. All right, so Tyler, do you want to declare just a JavaScript function like you would if you were just doing this client side? So const mark as bought or something. We're creating a new function.
Yes, but
and this one will probably be an async function. Andrew's going to forward all issues to my personal email address. Yes. Okay. That's fair. Cool. Yeah. So then what would we do with Superbase in here?
So we are basically updating the row, right? So items, and do we want to receive the item ID here? So
yeah, so let's pretend we just get the ID passed in as a string. Yeah.
Right. And then update. Nice. I really love the typing here. So
yeah. So we want have bought to be
sure, I guess.
Yeah, I guess if we probably want I'm just thinking we maybe want to reuse this function for if it is being
toggle. Do we want to okay.
Let's just do the market as complete first, and then we'll worry about making it more dynamic. So we want to make sure.
Am I doing it correctly? We want to make sure that we only update
match. Come on, not equals.
Yeah.
Match. So we want to match the ID to our item ID.
All right.
And this would be an async one, so we'll do
just because.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So this is how you would do this. Yeah, that's a good idea. So let's console log out the error just in case we get it to speed up debugging. Cool. So this is how we would do it if we were going to be doing this client side. But this is a server component which is running on the server. There's no client side JavaScript unless we manually mark it as a client component and add in all of that stuff. But we don't actually need it for this part of the functionality. What we can do is just add as the first line in our function, we want the string use server or use space server.
Up here?
Yep.
Use server.
And boom, this now runs server side instead of client side. So this is it's kind of like creating a route handler behind the scenes and doing all of that gluing and wiring up. But we don't have to do that manually. We can use this nice little server action kind of helper to do it within our component. So now we just need
how does it get the Superbase client in there? Surely it can't just use it.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
Oh, okay.
Actually, yeah, let's solve that now. So now that we're running on the server in a little isolated function, Alistair's right. We don't actually have a Superbase client in scope there. So we need to create a new Superbase client within that function. So after use server, we can say const Superbase equals, and then we're going to use the create server action client function because we're in a server action now.
Server action client? Create
capital S on server.
Create server. Server. This one. Okay.
There it is. All right. And then we want to pass that an object with our cookies function. And then we can also give it our database types by doing the angle
Oh, yeah.
brackets on the create client. So it's basically this is exactly the same as how we're creating our Superbase client above. It's just there we're in a server action, so we're using there we're in a server component, so we're using the create server component client function,
Mm,
and then in our server action we're creating a server action client.
nice.
Cool. And now we just
Now
need
all we
to
have to do is
call it.
Yeah.
So our input, we're going to wrap that in a form.
right. What did I do?
And then the action for our form is going to be that function. So we use the curly brackets and just pass it
Oh,
a reference to our function.
okay.
And what is unhappy with action?
Oh, right, because we haven't passed all the arguments, of course.
No, so we don't do that here.
Oh, okay.
We just
Wow.
pass it a reference to that. Yeah, I'm not sure. Let's just save and see if it works.
Oh no,
Okay.
it's because you need to use the form data instead of passing the arguments, right?
Yeah, so up in our
Oh, right.
function, rather than receiving those arguments, we just receive form data.
So okay.
Oh no, as
actually
an
totally lost.
argument, as a parameter
okay.
to our function, we want to take form data with a capital D, and then that's of type form data, like that. And then we can say const item ID. Not like that, not brackets.
Oh, yeah.
We'll just declare them separately. So
Oh, okay.
without the curlies. Item ID is equal to form data.get. And then pass it the string of the input that we want. So in this case, that would be item ID. It'll be the ID that we gave that field. So if we go down.
Oh, now I see why you wanted to do the name, John.
Oh, okay. So in this case, we have to give a name, huh?
Yes.
Is
so
that
that'll
correct?
be
Yeah.
item.id. No, I think
Can we
does
get-
it pass through the ID as well?
I think it will have to be like have bought or whatever as a name, right? Because that's what the field, like we want the value of have bought.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yes.
We need to just call this like have bought, and then we might need a hidden input with the ID in it.
Exactly.
I don't know that. I've never used this before.
Yeah. So type of this will be hidden, and then value will be our what the
I'm
current
sorry,
value.
John. I'm sorry. Are you gonna like tell me these things, and I'm just ruining it for you?
The mic drop moments. No, I was gonna slowly get there.
So
cool.
something like this. Now what is wrong here?
The value
Boolean
should
is not
be
assignable.
item.id, right?
No, it won't be.
Oh
item
yeah,
ID,
yeah, of
it'll be
course.
item
What am I
bought.
doing? Yeah.
Oh, sorry, just
item
have bought.
dot ID. Yeah, I was confused. Are we good?
No,
do I
actually,
need to pass the value here?
The value will be item dot have bought. So that's the value
over
that
here, right? Checkbox.
No, this will be on the oh yeah, we will need a value on that. Yes.
Right. Okay. Checkbox. The value should be item dot have bought.
Right. Yes, I was
correct. And then how are we going?
I think that's saying that because it's a Boolean, or maybe not.
It might come through unchecked. Let's see. Before we. I'm interested to know if we need a value.
Do you want to do a double bang in front of it?
No, just wrap it in the string constructor.
Like okay. String constructor. So just do string with a capital. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom.
Okay.
Maybe.
So now we want to get the have bought.
Have bought equals form data dot get what is it? Have bought.
And then why is ID unhappy? Sorry,
This
why is
one?
update unhappy?
Form
So it
not
may be
right because
null.
it's
So also wrap that in the string
a
constructor.
Boolean
No,
string.
don't you have to? Oh, I can't remember form data. I have no idea. Get like the actual value out of it.
Form data.get should give you the value, and that I think should. I haven't actually done this with a checkbox, so yeah, I think it should give you the value. But we can just console log. Do you want to comment out the call to Superbase, and then
Yep.
yeah, console log out what those two values are, just to make sure that we've got them correct.
Okay, let's try this out.
And yeah, the last thing
So-
will be if you refresh, it should hopefully throw a big error at you. No? Okay. Give it a go.
It's gonna log on the.
Oh, wait, no, because we're using the template. I was going to say we need to enable this because it's an experimental feature, but as much as SuperDrew does not like it, I have enabled this experimental feature on the template. All
Okay,
right, so what's
so
happened?
let's refresh it. Console log is very small.
Extra
Is it?
attributes from the server. Maybe it's
Nothing's
not
showing up here. Hmm.
value. If you click again to give us the same error.
I don't think clicking it is causing the error. It looks like.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look at
it's
our
just-
red squiggly in VS Code. That thing it was trying to yell at us to tell us not to do. No, not that bit. Leave that commented out. We're not ready to hassle Superbase yet. If you scroll down to where we're doing our form,
right here.
does clicking a checkbox, that doesn't submit a form.
Oh, right. Obviously.
So I think what we want to do is wrap all of this in a submit button. Does that sound fair?
Does that
Is
work?
that a thing? Is that a
I
thing?
don't know.
That's crazy.
That does seem crazy, doesn't it? How do you trigger an on submit on a form with an input? I guess it just like it all gets submitted when the form gets submitted. Let's give it a go. So let's wrap the input in a button.
I put it in Stack Overflow and there's a crazy solution.
What is it?
Does that work? Apparently, like input on change equals this.form.submit as a string.
No, I don't like it.
No.
That'll also require us to. That'll require us to be in a client component, all of that stuff. I think that just wrapping it in a button should be fine because the button being clicked will submit the form, and by clicking the label or the input, that should click the button, right? That doesn't seem hacky, does it? You'll also,
kind of like this, or even all these guys as well.
Put the label in at least. The hidden input can probably be outside, but yeah. Because if we click the label or we click the input, we want this to trigger. So that should be fine. A button by default should submit the form. So let's give it a go.
Let's give it a go.
Just, ignore all those. All right.
Logs will show up in the Next.js, right?
Yep.
Exactly. It's running on the server. So the logs will be on the server side rather than on the client side. So we just need to
I don't think I clicked it though. I don't think it was clickable. Oh, maybe not. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. It worked.
We might just need to add a class name for the hover, making it a hand thing in Tailwind.
What is it?
Hover colon cursor. Something like that. Cursor, pointer, hand clicker.
Pointer. Nice.
That's the one.
Okay, so it seems like HaveBot is null.
Okay, so something's not working there.
Did we have bot, right? Okay, name is have bot. String constructor.
Andrew pointed out this is very hacky and he thinks it breaks semantic HTML. Yeah, I agree.
It certainly is, yeah.
All right, we'll look into how to...
It's open source. Anybody can come and fix it, I guess.
Really, like, all I'm trying to do is make it give us the little tick box out of, like, In fact, yeah, let's just do that. Let's get rid of the checkbox. So rather than an input, we're just gonna
What are we gonna
what
do?
am I trying to do here? The button text can just be the
like checked or bot
name,
or
the item.name. So get rid of that input altogether. We're done with you, input checkbox. You're too complicated.
label as well.
Get rid of the label. All right, now we've just got a button, and the button can just have the name of our item.
Right.
Actually, we'll need to submit that to the no, we need the ID. Yeah, so we need to need to also have another hidden input for our have bought field. This is better.
Oh yeah. And again, I guess.
Yeah, string it.
Yeah. Okay.
Boom. And now, do we need to change anything up in our? Hey, it's not hacky hour, Jason. We're unhacking it. This is unhacky hour.
I love it.
I feel like Alistair and Super Drew are holding us accountable and not letting us make it hacky hour.
No, I think this has always been hacky hour.
I feel like it gets less hacky hour every time. Like initially, like I wasn't even happy writing TypeScript in our early episodes, so I feel like we've slowly unraveled the hackiness, or maybe we've just moved the hackiness onto more complex hacks. But yeah, now it's all working, so we should be able to actually bubble that value. And then
Can
the
I
last
just do this and it'll.
No, so you'll have to have bought equals the string of true.
Oh, okay. This is not going to do it.
Yeah, so you have bought equals, and then true in a string, which is crazy, but there you go. That's thank you, HTML forms. I'm sure there's a better way. I don't know it because I haven't used this.
But
and then
will that equal false if it's false?
Yeah.
Right.
Boolean logic, isn't it? The string of false is not equal to the string of true. So the string of the string of true is not equal to the string of false, so that will be false. Actually false. Not
So we got the milk, which is false right now. Correct? Yeah, false.
Did John say RLS?
Clicking it. Oh, totally forgot about that.
I was waiting for my moment.
I actually forgot about that.
Is there an error in the console though saying? Yeah, there you go.
Oh yeah. Sweet. Okay. So what's going on, John?
Well, RLS denies all requests. But all right, let's go to authentication and then policies. This is because now we're not just selecting data, we're also updating data. So we don't have a policy for update, and so that action is still being denied. So we can add a new policy to say authenticated users can update their list items. Maybe let's just say rather than their list items, let's just say all list items because we only have 10 minutes to finish our app.
We gotta get it pushed up to. We gotta show the.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Are we going to do the same exist?
No. Oh yeah, actually, yeah, we will. Yeah.
Yeah. That was a nice check. I totally forgot. Select one from public lists where L.id equals list ID.
I think it'll actually be, instead of being able to see the list, we want to say if the list is our list, right? We only want to be able to edit our lists. Or do we, John? Are we still making this?
Nah, we should make it so it's only the person who owns the list or only the person who created the list. So that would be right. So we just need to write an update policy on the.
No, so this is good. We just need to change the where condition to say where the list L.user ID equals auth.uid.
ID equals auth.uid.
So this is saying if the list exists where the user ID is our user ID, and we also need to add in the ID as well. Sorry, I shouldn't have made you delete that other one.
So it should be where ID equals and yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Equals
Okay.
this underscore ID.
I think does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And then
yeah, it
copy and
does. It
paste
does.
that for the with check.
Okay. Oh yeah.
We need that one on the with check as well. Yeah.
Sweet. Review it. Save policy.
Wonderful.
Hopefully it works out. And we don't get any UI feedbacks on of whether
What's that extra
the best-
attributes thing that we anyway, we can sort it out later.
Okay, so clicking milk. Seems like there's no error, right?
No, it looked like that was giving you back
Yeah.
what it's
You
changed
just
to.
toggle milk twice. We'll have to see
Oh,
what
yeah.
its is and then
Okay.
see what.
Bad. Okay. Milk.
So milk
is
is false.
false.
Let's click milk again.
Just once.
And then refresh.
Fresh.
Ah.
Huh.
All right, let's look at our error. So we're console logging out what we want to set it to.
Clicking milk, right? Have bought false.
So have bought is equal to the string false.
Can you console log the data returned as well to see if we can?
Maybe you need to do. Yeah, you need to do dot select first and then
Before the
dot
dot single.
Oh, is
yeah,
it?
that might have
Yeah.
actually
Okay.
been maybe what was. Although then, anyway.
Let's see. Clicking milk. Have bought false. Clicking milk again. Have bought
Okay.
false.
So something's not right with our.
Let's just
Logic.
change the RLS policy to true for a second to make sure it's not that.
Sure.
But I think actually go back for a sec. I think it is if we just set that to the static value true rather than have bought equals true. So just true, not in a
Oh, yeah.
string. Save that and then run it. I'm pretty sure it is working. We just need
Now,
to.
my logic was perfect, John.
It could have been. Let's see.
It's true.
All right, that's now true. Right.
Yeah.
And if we go to the database, that is updating. So the RLS policy part is all good.
So there's
why
the
wouldn't that work? What you were writing is correct because it is coming in as a string, and the string was false. Like we saw that the string was false. So have
it's not toggling it probably because when we what happens
this,
when we
isn't it?
button? No. So
yeah.
leave it as equals true, like as it was, but then go to where the submit button is. We need to submit the opposite value.
Where did it go? Have bought.
Right. Yes, we want that.
Right.
To be
Okay.
equal. All right. So we're just it was all
Awesome.
working. We were just setting it to the same value over and over and over again.
There you go. Yeah.
Awesome.
We were
Okay.
just-
So we
It's kind
could
of sad
add.
that there's no feedback here.
Well, we can add some
Uh,
easy feedback before we do anything else. We can add a class name to the button, which
yeah, nice.
has strike through, a conditional for strike through. So we'll need to change it from a string to curly brackets, and then you know what's up. And then we want a conditional on item.haveBought, and then if that's true, then we want the string. Is it strike through? I think it's strike
I have
through.
no idea what that is. What is that? Strike through? Strike
Might need to be text strike through,
text. Oh, strike through like yeah.
like putting a line through it. Let me have a look. Tailwind
Line through, is it?
line through.
Through. Oh, nice. Okay. Oh, so
Cool.
I did
And
it
then we don't want
opposite.
anything on the. Yeah.
Sweet. Oh yeah. Wow.
Perfect. And now click one.
Was that the right way around in the logic?
I think so.
Like if it has been.
Oh,
bought,
yeah,
we want to
okay.
strike it out.
Sweet. Okay.
Sick. And now the last thing
Now.
is, like, if you click one of them and then you refresh, you'll see that it's changed but we're not getting the feedback on the page because we need to tell it that something has changed. So it needs to go and run that server component again and fetch fresh data. So the way we can do that is with something called revalidate path. So in our server action, after we've gone and updated Superbase,
server action updated
further
Superbase
down
right
in
here.
our markers bot function,
Right.
after we get that data back, then we want to call revalidate path.
Revalidate path. Wow.
Yep, which comes in from Next.js, and then we just give it the path that we want to revalidate. And so in this case, it's just the string and then / because it's our home page, and that's it. Now, if we go back to our application,
Can I also add a order by here because the order kept on changing? Create it. Okay, sweet.
Now click one.
Oh wow!
Moment of truth. Look at that. Whoop! Why did that jump down?
Oh yeah, why is? Huh?
Oh, should it be order by? No, order is correct. Did we spell created at correctly? Created _ at?
I mean, it's typed, right?
Oh, you need a second argument, right? Create it and then like ascending true or false.
But I think the default
doesn't it default to something at least?
It probably does.
Yeah, the
do
order
we even have a created at column? We do, right?
Yeah, we do.
Yeah.
Oh, because it's not items, right? So
it's
what is it like foreign key? What is it? Isn't there like a foreign table items? Something like this?
That's it. You must work at Superbase. That's some elite stuff right there.
I have.
Woo!
Oh, sweet.
Application finished. Should we quickly add the ability to add an item to the grocery list, or should we call it there?
Let's push it up. Let's deploy.
Right. So let's push it up. Yeah, let's push it up, and then everybody can toggle my shopping list. Okay.
Yay.
Well,
so read-only shopping list.
A remote project first, hey?
Oh yeah.
Yes. Oh yeah. This is the fun bit we should show. Yeah. If you go to database.new, you can create a new Superbase project. So this is
small redirect bug which is currently being fixed. There's an open PR for that one. No one saw that.
Yep.
So
I do not have permission to create project in Happy Hour. What?
John, you can up Tyler's permissions.
Or you can create a project maybe for me.
Yes. Let me do.
Although, but you'll need the password Tyler to link locally. So John, just up poor Tyler's permissions. He deserves it.
Okay, I trust you. Happy Hour team. Alistair. No. Tyler. Administrator or owner?
Oh yeah.
I can't remember what the difference is.
Go for it. All right, try now.
Okay. Happy Hour. Sweet.
Woo!
What is it? Secret project database.
Which has basically ended up being a to-do list app, which is kind of sad, but never mind.
It's secret though. Secret to do. Maybe we should like scramble all the digits or like make them all asterisks so it's a secret. You can't actually see it, and only the person who owns the list can actually see the values. No. All right. So this is creating. So conceptually, what we're doing, we probably didn't explain that very well. We are creating a hosted Superbase project because we now have our local development version of it. So we've got our local entire Superbase stack where we've been creating our project and our migrations and all of those things locally. And now we want to deploy this to production. So we're creating a new production database for Superbase. So this is going to be a hosted Superbase instance. And then we are going to take the state of our local Superbase instance and push it up to production. So essentially deploy our local version to production, and then we'll do the same thing for our application and deploy that to Vercel probably.
Sweet. Okay, so while that is spinning up, what can we do? Not much, huh? We have to wait for this to spin up, huh?
It's spun. It's there.
Oh, sweet.
Done so.
Okay, now, what can we do?
So we can see that we don't have any tables. Everything's empty. And so we need to use the Superbase CLI
Link?
commands that Alistair is about to tell us to. Yes, link.
Link
That's the
the
word.
project. So we are going to link this local project to the remote Superbase instance by calling, what is it, Superbase DB link or Superbase link? Superbase link, right? Dash project ref, is it?
Well,
Does
It
that look
probably
correct?
is, but you've got the password copied, right? So how are you going to do
Yeah,
that?
shoot. I know. I'm just gonna reset the password, I think, because that's
Okay.
what everybody does, right? Yeah, project ref. Is that it? Do I need to do something else? Enter a database
Looking
password,
good.
of course. So database password can easily be reset by going to, is it settings or database? Settings, database, reset database password. And I'm just gonna generate a secure password, copy that, paste it in here.
Did you hit reset?
did you reset? Yeah, I don't think you.
I don't think you
clicked
pushed
the,
the button.
Right, okay. Sweet. Just like
Nice.
that, our Superbase project is linked to the remote instance.
So do we need
Now,
any? We haven't changed the Superbase instance since we ran our last migration, have we?
no.
We've added some
Oh,
RLS policies,
yeah,
right?
we did, yeah.
Cool. All right, so let's create another migration. So if you run that same
Right.
command,
Yeah, find the diff command again, and then instead of init, I don't know, call it RLS, call it whatever you want.
Sure.
creating shadow database. Bow, bow, bow.
This is really sweet.
Yeah. So while we're doing this, actually, we could.
Error running continue. What? Download UA image for. Uh-oh. Try running the command with T-bar.
That's an odd one. Maybe API external URL.
Wait, do we need to? No, we don't need -- local on this one, do we?
No.
Do we need MPX?
No, just oh yeah, give it an MP. Oh,
Give it an MPX. Go on. Oh, Andrew's saying. Oh wait, no. Yeah, no, that might be
This is a recent bug. Uh-oh.
a recent bug, maybe. Oh,
What's
maybe
the
not.
bug on here?
Creating another shadow database.
Fingers crossed.
Woo! Looks like it's working.
No, don't get too excited.
I'm gonna get excited. This is fun. Woo!
Come on, Superbase.
The suspense.
This is very interesting. Oh, yeah! Wow.
Let's have a look at the migration. See if it's
Superbase migrations.
the next one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
those look like some RLS.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So Andrew is saying that the latest version of the CLI fixes this issue. So make sure you're running the latest version of the CLI, which you can do by doing npx. We didn't actually add the @latest, but when we ran it the first time, it installed the latest version of the CLI. So make sure you're on that latest for the latest cool stuff.
Nice. Now, okay, how do I push this to the remote Superbase instance? Superbase.
Yep. DB push.
DB push, that's it?
Maybe. I don't know. I'm going off the top of my head. Oh,
woo!
Really?
And let's check your remote instance.
Wow. That is
Damn. And I think it
even
runs
local dev.
I think it even runs
that's pretty sick.
No, it didn't run the seed data. Okay.
Yeah. Is there a way to run the seed data on this one?
Seed is only for local.
Cool.
So it doesn't run the seed data.
Yes,
but
we can
that
always
makes sense. You don't want to just like insert a whole bunch of weird test data into your production database. It makes a lot of sense.
Can we?
Yeah, why not? Do it. Give it a go. That's
yeah.
Ooh.
I was thinking, I'm still concerned about the auth schema stuff. I'm wondering if that's gonna work out fine, but
failed.
Superbase functions schema does not exist.
Anyway, we can wire it up and create the user again by going through the application.
Okay, yeah, let's actually push this to Vercel then maybe.
Actually, you can copy the not the user. Oh no, we'll need the user before we create them. All right, let's push it to Vercel.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I just usually go to
It's hosted on
Vercel.com.
GitHub?
Yes, we need to push it up to GitHub.
You'll need to make a new repo, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh damn, they've got repo.new. So cool.
Yeah, I always use this. Secret.
And Andrew is
repo.new.
saying maybe just put it on your personal log because for Superbase community, everyone will be like, "What's secret project?"
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Andrew's saying Superbase, the CLI team was fast fixing. It was fixed literally just 10 minutes ago. There you go.
That's
Oh, wow.
amazing. They knew we were about to use it on the happy hour. They were watching and they were like, they're going to run into this problem. Quick, put out a hot fix. All right. So we're pushing this up to GitHub so that all of our code is in GitHub.
There you go.
Beautiful.
Vercel.com. What is this? Okay. Hold on. Let me do this off screen for a bit. I think it's fine, but okay. Add new. Okay. I got it. Where did it go? Oh. Okay. So import git repository. Was it secret project? And I actually have to allow it. Use GitHub Mobile. Uh-oh. People don't log into my GitHub account.
No, they can't because 70. They're only the 79 is for this one, right?
Yep. Okay. There you go. I always get lost here. Where is...
Is it zoomed in as? Maybe zoom out.
Did it change?
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, there you go. Selected repositories.
Secret project.
Nice.
Sweet. Import. Environment variables. Yeah. So this is where we can copy over the remote Superbase instant credentials, right? So API and key is, what is it? Next.
Oh, actually, something really cool we can do here before you waste your time with that. Go to your
I was gonna ask, yeah.
.env.local file running locally.
Where'd it go?
Oh, actually, I realize this isn't actually going to help us. But if you copy this and then go over to Vercel and paste it, it will paste like just
like here. I just
paste. Boom.
Oh wow!
But then I just realized that we don't want it to be localhost. We want it to be.
It helps, so it at least helps me.
It does.
Yeah, I don't have to type through the variable name. Oh, this is sweet. I didn't know this. Okay, deploy. Did I do everything? Yeah, I think so, right? We can just hit deploy.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe while that's happening, do you want to go and insert some dummy items in the...
Oh, yeah. Let's do that. So...
Actually, why don't you make a user?
Yeah.
You can make a user in here.
Oh, yeah. Let's show off that new feature that you worked on.
Well, this was ages ago. Create new user.
Oh, okay.
Then we could tell the AI editor, see if we show off the AI, do you think, to insert dummy items?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, it's so good. Like in the video that, well, it was like a demo that Greg worked on that then I recorded a video around it. But like you just say like, add 5 characters from Game of Thrones, but not even Game of Thrones, just GOT. And that was enough context for it to like give me proper characters from the show. It's amazing.
So I'm just going to say something like create a...
Do you want to grab your user ID first and tell it to use that user ID as well? So like, I wonder if it can handle that.
Smart.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Create a Great.
And actually, before you do this, just so that it has the right structure as well, if you click the little settings icon, little cog,
nice.
and then enable that, which you might need to enable at the, go to your organization settings to opt in.
Oh,
It's all right. It just takes a sec. You just click that one. You need additional permissions.
John, you have permissions.
yeah.
Happy
Okay,
hour.
while John is working on that in the background, what was I gonna do?
All
Okay,
right,
I'm just
click
gonna
that settings.
Okay,
Refresh and toggle that. Yeah.
Done.
sweet.
There we
Okay,
go.
it's
So,
enabled.
So sorry, to explain what that does, that now sends the structure of our Superbase project to OpenAI when it makes this request. And so Superbase AI can now give us intelligent suggestions based on the structure of our database.
Sweet. So create a list item in. What is it? List.
or maybe it's like create a grocery list with 10 items that belongs to the user with UUID, whatever.
10 items which belongs to a user with user ID of
Yeah, fine. Yeah.
Should we give it a try?
Yeah, why not? Let's see what happens. This is pretty complicated.
So it created insert into public.list with title, user ID, grocery list, user ID looks correct.
All right, that's first, and then we can
Yeah.
accept and then ask it to add some items as well.
Add 10 items in the grocery list. Items in the items table?
Although actually, that's why it's done it like this. It's struggling because it doesn't know the ID of this list, right?
Oh,
so maybe
right.
let's run this query, grab the ID, and do what we did with this user ID. Yeah. So maybe in a new query as well.
Yep.
Nice.
In the item table with ID of, list ID of.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Yeah, my laptop started doing this thing where it just randomly gets stuck on as I type. But okay.
Fun.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Let's see what it generates.
I love the little animation.
It's so beautiful. Okay.
We need some text.
It's a good start. Can we say something like change the item name to
grocery items?
Grocery items. I really love this little diff feature where we can just incrementally update the SQL snippets. Unable to edit SQL tray, adding more details.
I thought that was a pretty good prompt.
Grocery item names.
Yeah, why not?
I don't know how strict the AI is with grammars, but
Oh, never mind. All right, maybe let's just reject it and run that. We're running out of time. We're already over time.
Okay.
We got dummy items. Thanks, Superbase AI.
So, continue the dashboard.
And then secret project 6.versel.app.
Sweet. Right, I have to log in.
Yeah, only authenticated users, right?
Yep. My super secure password. Okay. Now, it's not letting me update the items, it seems like.
Did we update the authentication URL? Or did we created a user directly, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yep.
It should be okay.
Ignore me.
Do we have the policies in? We do have the policies in. We have the policies. It's not working. Is there any errors? Is this why it's in alpha?
Maybe.
Oh wait, no, it's working. Okay. No, I just refreshed the page. Never mind.
Maybe our refreshing logic isn't working so well with. Let's blame Next.js and say we've done it properly.
I wonder why it's changing the order as well. Oh, because all the created ad are the exact same timestamp. Okay, that makes sense. That's fine. Why isn't it dynamically up? Oh, wait, no, it is. It is. Oh, it just takes.
There's no loading state.
Okay, fair enough. It works. Close enough. Awesome. It works. Awesome. Okay, so I guess, can I share this with in the comments or something? Is that a thing? Post a comment.
Well, that if for one thing, that is probably the fastest we've done a feature.
Yeah, certainly. Oh wait, did I just post it on? Oh yeah, both. Sweet. I guess in just on an hour and a half or so, we have a working, fully functional application using Superbase and Next.js with all the latest cutting edge technologies, and we made it work. So I think that's a win.
Wait, I'm just about to open a PR so we can add items to the list.
Oh, sweet.
That's what I've been silently doing.
I was wondering why you were so quiet.
Yeah, usually
it's John sick
I'm not
or something?
this quiet. What have I done?
I was a bit concerned.
Is
he mad at me or something?
What did I do wrong?
What did I do?
All right, maybe I'll create that.
But we'll have to add the RLS rule and everything as well. This is a whole 10-minute feature.
All right, so everyone can go to that and they can click, and we can mark it as complete. Yeah, that is awesome. Well done, everyone. That
was a huge success. Yeah,
we smashed it. That was it started off about the same as the last time we tried to do this, but this time we actually got a working app at the end, which is very impressive.
It's a huge step forward. Yeah.
But yes, make sure you follow the Superbase Twitter account and YouTube channel to hear about all of the awesome things that we're dropping. And yeah, let us know. Send us a tweet at us on Twitter or Zitter or X or whatever you want to call it. And yeah, tell us about what your favorite launch week feature is and what you're going to build next on top of this awesome shopping list app. But yes, thank you so much for joining us for another week, another happy hour, and we'll see you again next time.
This is for you, Andrew. Andrew's complained that they cannot sign up because they have to confirm the email address. So
that's what I was gonna say.
They really can't sign up because you turned off.
No, that's not the one that I meant.
If you go to,
where did it go?
You can just update the URL in there.
It's under authentication and
under the auth settings. If you go to
fine, let's do that.
There's enough time for me to push up my feature.
So Tyler, in the auth tab, like that one, and then somewhere in there,
providers
URL configuration.
Oh yeah, that one.
Oh,
slight URL, yeah. Nice,
sweet. All right, I think that was a wrap.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us for another happy hour. It's been fun. We got an app into production, and yeah, let us know what you want us to build next. If there is something cool that you want us to build across a collection of streams, maybe we can start up the happy hour again. But we will definitely do one of these for launch week because it's fun going through all of the different features that we've been launching and kind of giving you a nice summary of everything that's now available in your Superbase projects. Awesome.
So much
I'm
fun.
John
Yeah.
Myers. John Myers _IO on Twitter. Tyler, what's your Twitter handle?
My Twitter handle is dshukert Jr. DSHUKERT JR. And what's your handle, Alistair?
I'm Alistair Young, but good luck spelling it.
And that's a wrap.